Hi everyone, Dr. Vicky here, speaking to you from the Seeds of Transformation Healing Center. It's time for Taroscopes. Again, we're going to be doing the Taroscopes for the sign of Aquarius. That's Aquarius Sun, Moon, or Rising for the month of February 2026. Now, February is the shortest month of the year. It is one of your months, Aquarius, when the sun is in Aquarius. We have a lot of Aquarius this month, so you're in the spotlight, I guess. Um, and so it is a short month, but it's a powerful month. We have an eclipse and we have a aspect that only happens every 36 years at a point in the zodiac that if it's even ever happened before. So a lot of new stuff coming in February, um, a lot of new energy. And it's really it's one of the most powerful months in the year. But it's a year full of powerful months. So I don't know if we could rate the months as to which one might be like top banana crazy month. So far, I think July, but we do have to remember here in the States, we also have the midterms coming up. So we know October is going to be interesting. And not only do we have an eclipse, but the eclipses both have the sun in Aquarius. So this is really important for the Aquarius out there. Okay, we're going to get started. Let's start just with the Aquarius energy. Um, all right, here we go. Aquarius. All right, and we're going to do the slideshow for this so you can see it a little better. Hello, slideshow. Oh my God, computers. Oh, sometimes I just want to scream, honestly. All right, here we go. Aquarius. So, Aquarius is a fixed air sign, and your mantra is I know. And you probably know that because you know everything. I'm not kidding. I'm not kidding. Aquarius can be a sign of genius, but it can also be rather stubborn because of its fixed nature, especially if you are a Saturn side Aquarius. Aquarius has two planets that rule its sign. We have Uranus and Saturn. Now, why are there two? Well, there was a time we didn't know Uranus was there, and so Saturn was the ruler of Aquarius, something to consider that Pluto in Aquarius is it's Uranian sign, but it's also a Saturnian sign, as was Capricorn, a Saturnian sign. So that's about 36 years in a sign um, ruled by Saturn. So if you're wondering why it's been challenging, that's probably one of the reasons. So you have two ruling planets, Uranus and Saturn, and the symbol is the water bearer. Oftentimes, Aquarius is mistaken for a water sign. Water, of course, is feelings, but it's the water bearer. So you bear the cup that holds the water, and that as you tilt that over, and the water, right, the energy. I mean, this looks like energy to me comes pouring out over everyone equally, right? Everybody, like everything's at its own depth, but water goes into all the nooks and crannies, right? And then raises the stakes, raises the water, raises the awareness, and sometimes raises the chaos because you are Uranian sign. But it's not about you touching the water necessarily, but you distributing. Aquarius is a sign of distribution. So something to consider. And of course, now we have Pluto in Aquarius, and it really is about raising all boats. Okay, so the next section will be the Numerology Kabbalah of February. and then after that, you're going to get to the astrology specifically for you. Okay, so let's go to your sign. February 2026 for Aquarius. You notice that there is a lot of energy here in the first quarter of the chart, the first house, the second house, the third house, a little bit of the fourth house. Notice that everything is sort of under the horizon here. So a lot of things that are happening for you are happening it's sort of in a very personal place for you. It's not really so much about the outer world and the larger world at this point. It's more about making sense of maybe who you are and your place and what you have of value and what you have to offer, right? Okay, so let's look at Uranus, your ruling planet. Uranus is in Taurus at 28 degrees of Taurus. It actually stations direct on the 3rd of February. But it's pretty much, it's a planet that's far off, so it takes a long time for it to look like it's moving forward again. Now, of course, no planet moves backwards. It's from our perspective, so it just looks that way from where we're sitting. It's sort of a visual Doppler effect. On February 5th, Mercury makes a last quarter square to Uranus, a very rebellious square. And everything is sort of moving in the sign together. So we're going to see Mercury make a square, we're going to see Venus make a square, we're going to see the Sun make a square, and lastly, we're going to see Mars make a square to Uranus. So they're all last quarter squares, crisis in consciousness squares, and it really is about coming to terms with authority and individuation, right? Maybe we don't trust authority at this time. Easy enough, easy enough. We have the Sun in your first house, of course, the Sun while it's in Aquarius, and on the first, it's making an opposition to the Moon. So we have a full moon on the 1st of February at 14 degrees of Leo. So the Sun at 14 degrees of Aquarius. That actually, that like 14, 15 degree of Aquarius, I believe is the Pluto of the Constitution in the United States. So we might see something to do with uh, the Constitution, some decision made about the Constitution, or something, whether it's yay or nay against the Constitution, or if it's okay. Okay, so we'll see what that's about. There's plenty of legal stuff flying around there, so I don't think we're going to run out of possibilities on that. The planet Mars actually spends the whole month in your first house. And so that's a lot of energy for you, and that's good. I mean, I think it's good that you get that sort of energy, sort of, and spend that energy on yourself, right? Give yourself the grace, make yourself be a priority with Mars in that first house. Venus is also starts the month in that house, moving into Pisces. Now it is exalted in Pisces, so and having Venus move through your second house is nice. Maybe you will buy yourself a little gift, right? Maybe little gifts will come to you. Mercury is starts in Aquarius, but quickly moves into Pisces on the 6th, and then on the 26th, I believe it is, it stations retrograde. And so for most of this month, Neptune's going to be in Pisces, direct, actually more time direct than retrograde, but still. And with Pisces, direct, retrograde, it's two fishes, going in different directions. You may not even notice it's retrograde, but you will notice that it's in Pisces for sure. Of course, this month is the big month where we have the Saturn Neptune conjunction. Saturn starts the month in Pisces, moving into Aries on the 13th of February. That is Friday the 13th, actually. And then on the 20th, it conjoins Saturn, I mean, it conjoins Neptune at the first degree of Aries in your house of mind. And so pay attention to the thoughts that are flying through your head. I mean, all month, all the time, actually, but all month for sure. And then especially with this conjunction. Uranus stations direct, and now we'll be moving out of, not yet, not till April, but over the next month or so, moving out of Taurus and then moving into Gemini, which for you is a little bit easier of an experience. Saturn, I mean, Taurus squares your sun, your Aquarius energy, and that's challenging. But Gemini makes a trine to it, so there'll be more of a flow. Although I have to say the squares probably pushed you to a lot of problem solving, and now you can like apply that problem solving much easier. Okay, very good. And we have Jupiter here, Jupiter retrograde in your house of health. Watch your health. Maybe you need to look over, or if you had some tests and you didn't like the thing and you've been doing stuff to, improve, or you think maybe it was a fluke, if you can, if the doctor allows it, maybe another test to see where you're at, um, see your progress, see what maybe still has to be done. But just pay attention to your health, um, especially your digestive health. You have your Jupiter's in Cancer. Cancer is your house of health, and Cancer rules the stomach and the breasts, actually, how we nurture and how we're nurtured, right? Okay. Um, I think that's it. I do want to point out that I have been connecting the signs to trees this month, and Aquarius is the olive tree, right? The olive tree. Very ancient tree, very I love olives, right? I love olive oil. I grew up in an Italian household, so it happens, right? Um, it is a tree of peace. It is a tree of peace. And it's very good for the brain, right? Those monosaturated fats are very good for the brain. So it's a good tree and it's a good thing for all of us, but especially for an Aquarius who has quite the prodigious brain and needs a lot of healthy input to keep the brain going on all cylinders. All right, very good. Let me get out of this and we will go to the card reading. So let me just stop the share. I'm going to be using the Crow Tarot for your reading, and also we're using the Starseed Oracle. In fact, let's see if I can be fancy here. We'll see how fancy I can be, because usually when I decide to be fancy, I run into trouble. You can almost see that. Let's just give it a little turn. Oh, look at me being fancy. All right. So let's ask the Crow Tarot what we need to know. What does Aquarius need to know for the month of February? What do you need to be aware of? What's the message for Aquarius? What's the message for Aquarius? Yeah. Message for Aquarius. Mhm. All right. We start with the Fool. Yikes, right? Right off the bat. Taking a leap of faith. Taking a leap of faith. So the Fool is in the Kabbalah is called the fiery intelligence. It is the first path of the lightning flash that creates the tree of life. And it is the path of Uranus, your ruling planet. And so this Uranian energy, Uranus changing direction, uh, might mean you actually changing direction and starting something new and taking that leap of faith that is necessary. Let's see what's crossing it. We have the Seven of Swords here. There's some shenanigans going on that you may know about, or maybe you see people getting away with stuff, right? And you're wondering, is this the time to start something? So there's a little anxiety around whether things might even, like, maybe even stable enough to take a chance, but maybe it's better to take a chance when things aren't, right? All right, let's see what's underneath it. We have the Five of Cups. No, sorry, Five of Pentacles. So there is some monetary issues perhaps at the root here, or feeling insecure, monetarily insecure. Um, you know, monetary insecurity at the root, the crossing card being watching people get away with stuff, um, may actually be the impetus for that leap of faith, for that leap of faith. It might be the best time to do it, right? In the past, we have the Queen of Pentacles. So you know what things, you know the value of things. This could also be a woman, a benefactor of sorts in the past. But the Queen of Pentacles knows what things are worth. The Queen knows the value of whatever it is that she has, right? Or that she's acquired, or that and she knows how to acquire things. Um, you might have been in some sort of more sort of traditional, stable financial situation, and now you're sort of going by the seat of your pants. In the sky, we have the crossroads, or a uh, feeling like a decision can't be made. Um, Maybe you're being given a new opportunity that's taking you to a place you've never been before, and you're still not decided upon it. It's going to require intuition. It's going to require intuition. Let's see what's in the immediate future. We have the Five of Swords. Okay. You're seeing things, you're seeing abuse of power. You know, Aquarius is the humanitarian of the zodiac, and what's going on in not just America, in other places as well, where you see things, abuse of power, and people are not being fair, and that this is really disturbing for you. How it's seen from the outside, the Chariot, things moving quickly. This is how, like, other people see you. That's how I read this card. The Chariot is about being on your soul's path. They also see you moving. You're moving. Now, you can discern what that is. You'll know if it's you. Your domestic situation, the Six of Swords, this is moving out of uh, tumultuous waters. This is calming the mind. This is also bringing all your information along with you. Like, you have all this information. It might even be considered information that would be helpful to move towards peace in your domestic situation. Well, I'll say your domestic situation seems like it's calming down. So there is, even perhaps the outer world is all, like, oh my God, what the hell's happening, right? Where you are, where you spend your time is not like that. Hopes and fears, the Ace of Cups. So I would imagine that's a hope. Very few people fear happiness. Not even Aquarius. I don't think anybody. Okay, secrets are coming out, Aquarius. Something is going to be revealed. Something is going to be revealed. We're going to become aware of something. Wow. The Fool to start and the High Priestess to end. Let's see what's underneath this. We have the Ace of Wands, which is new projects, new creativity. The Hanged Man, figuring out what you can change and what you can't. Sort of a sense of being in limbo, but you can work on yourself when you're with this, when you're in this energy. And then we have the Three of Cups, which is friendship, celebration. So I feel as though a lot of these really negative cards to me almost feel like you're observing what's going on in the world and you're not happy about it. And like who would be happy about it? And you want to see a change. You want to see a change in this world. The Fool is, it's time to take that leap. It's time to do it differently. And by the end of the month, something will be revealed, which I think will help that situation. But as far as you, I feel like you're safe and okay. And at least where you spend most of your time, your domestic situation is a peaceful one. Although we do have the Five of Swords as the immediate future, I'm not, it doesn't feel to me like it's personal for you. If it did feel that way, I would say it, but it doesn't. All right, so it's hard to bear witness to all this stuff. It is, especially when you know that doesn't have to be that way. Like if we could get over this, like caveman, uh, not all cavemen were like that, by the way. How do I know? Because I had a past life regression and I was a caveman and I was not like that. I was quite sweet. I was a guy. I was a big old hairy guy, but I was a sweet guy and I cared about my tribe and I cared about my friends. So, yeah. So not all cavemen are bad. From my own personal past life experience. All right, guys. Hopefully that gave you a bit of a chuckle because I think we could all use a chuckle. Let's pull a Starseed card for you. I mean, this might as well be your deck, right? You are a starseed. Every Aquarius, I think, is. You think differently, you see things differently. You have generally a more advanced perspective, and of course, the humanitarian in you. So, thank you. Aquarius is out there. I find them fascinatingly so. A new Earth. Was I right or was I right? You're like, when's this happening? We've been waiting too long. All right, let's see. I love this, by the way. I mean, I love the old Earth. It's the Earthlings that are more of a problem. Okay, here we go. You know what they say about Aquarius? They love humanity. It's people that they have trouble with. I know I've said that before to you. A new Earth. It's happening. Keep holding the vision. Don't give up now. You're closer than you think. I know it's hard to hold the frequency of the new age when it feels as if so much is crumbling and so many are losing faith. This is your sign that you're facing the right direction. You have a great gift in being able to see the potential of things before they exist. Aquarius, genius, yes. Tend to the new seeds, dream them into existence. Don't lose faith now. Keep your focus fixed. Well, that should be easy for you because you're fixed air sign. Planting new seeds and bringing about a shift of the ages is no mean feat. It requires extreme trust and radical vision. If you pull this card, it's a reminder that to have faith. You chose to be here to be part of this global shift, whether you're bringing about it through prayer and meditation or through working in a new project, job, or creation. Keep going. It's happening, and don't give up now. The world needs more dreamers like you. more people with hope in their hearts. The road ahead may not be plain sailing. Ushering a new age in times of change never is. You're being encouraged to remember that what you've been working toward for so long is almost here. Don't question yourself now. Don't waver. Dip your devotion deep, for if you do, in the not too distant future, you'll be able to sit back and watch all that you've carefully planted and nurtured grow and bloom. It's possible. Keep focusing on your dreams. You're closer than you think. Looks like you're wearing a cool outfit there, too. Hmm. All right, guys, that's the story. Short, powerful month of February. All right, guys, take care. Have yourself a wonderful day, a wonderful month. I'll see you again next month, which is March, for Taroscopes again. Or you can check me out in the mornings. Every morning I talk astrology. Sometimes it's outside when the weather is cooperative, um, but it's always full of stars and sometimes a few opinions. My South Node's in Aquarius, so I do have opinions. Um, I'm also starting a fun beginner's astrology course that's going to start in February. And in May, I'll be doing another Kabbalah, introduction to the Kabbalah session. Um, and that's a 6-week course, and it starts on the 7th of May on 6 consecutive Thursdays. I do record the classes, so if you can't make them all because of scheduling or the like, you still get the class. All right. I hope you have a wonderful month. Keep the faith. Keep the faith. It's happening. It's happening. It's just not always easy, or if it's ever easy, I don't know. But if it was easy, we probably wouldn't have picked to be here now, would we? All right, guys, take care. I'll see you again next month. Much love. Namaste.